I think that what they're making, and a lot of people said this, is basically a Model Y with like the trunk cut off. All right, so I wanted to talk about something today. I saw these images on Twitter earlier, which seem to be showing the new 30,000, 25,000 Tesla Model 2 or Model Q, whatever they're gonna call it. So this video is essentially my 10 predictions for this Model 2 or Q or $25,000, $30,000 Tesla. I'm gonna list all 10 of these somehow here, basically to kind of come back to whenever this car actually gets released, so that I can just kind of see if my predictions and guesses were correct. So click like, click subscribe, indulge in your life at indulgeclothing.com for the merch. Let's get to it. Now, first off, from these photos, I think that what they're making, and a lot of people said this, is basically a Model Y with like the trunk cut off. So think of a current Tesla Model Y, everything probably the same, but with the trunk completely cut like in half. Now, most people are going to be concerned about range and motors and speed and all that kind of stuff. For motors, I think there's only going to be rear wheel drive. One motor. I don't think they're going to offer a dual motor or a performance. 0 to 60 times, maybe 5-6 seconds. The idea is here not speed, it's to save money. Battery pack size. I think they're going to do two models. The cheaper $30,000 version, maybe one a little bit more expensive, like a standard range, long range. I feel the long range will probably be close to 300 miles in range, and I feel that the more standard range, or if they were to only make one type, will probably be somewhere between 200 and 250 miles of range, because I don't think that this car is meant for really trips and stuff like that. This is supposed to be a local commuter, something cheap, get you around town, get you to work, etc. Now, for number 5, for the interior, few things about the interior, I think. It's gonna be cloth seats. I don't expect leather at all. No heated, no cooled, normal cloth seats. I do not see the rear having a rear screen at all. I also don't see a crazy, insane sound system. What I could see is like a $2 to $5 grand weather package, premium package, or maybe you could add in the leather seats that would be heated and cooled, because some people really like that. I don't know. They already make their own seats, so it's nothing for them to make more seats that are leather to put in there and have the cloth one so it's cheaper. It's a tough one. The rest of the interior, I think, will basically be the same. I don't think that there will be any stalks. It'll all be buttons on the steering wheel, swipe it on the screen. That'll save money. They might do an LED strip on the interior. I'm gonna put that as like a maybe. And then since it will be basically a Model Y that's smaller, I think they're gonna do something else on the front. They want the front of the Model Y to be, you know, significant and known. I think they're gonna want this one to be known, but just completely different, so you know it's not a Model Y. You know this person did not get a $45,000 car. They got a $30,000 car. Like, for example, maybe the same type of headlights without the bar. Completely no bar in the middle, similar-ish to the Model 3, but those same headlights as the Model Y, so that Tesla has to buy less parts. And lastly, I do think full self-driving hardware will be included. I don't know if autopilot will be included. They did not include it on the base model Cybertruck, and to me, to save money, I could see them pulling that. Maybe selling it for $1 grand or $2 grand or $3 grand and offering FSD for $8,000, or just saying, you know, it's not included software. If you want that, it's $8,000 more. I don't know, but I definitely think it'll have the hardware. So that's essentially it. That's my 10 little predictions for the $30,000 Tesla Model 2 Q, $25,000 Tesla, whatever. Lastly, I do think it'll be $30,000. I mean, considering a Model 3 is $37,000 something with the tax credit, a Model 3 is already $30,000. So to me, I'd see them putting this car at about $29,990, and then if the tax credit's still around, then you get it for like $23,000. If it's not around, then this car's 30 grand, Model 3 is 37 grand, Model Y is 46 grand or whatever, 44 grand. And then Cybertruck 70 grand, 80 and 90 or whatever for the S and X. So that'll do it for my little predictions. That's today's video. Something different. Thought it'd be pretty cool, and I thought these shots were exciting. This is, of course, course, what I'm waiting on, since I ended up canceling my Model Y order for the launch edition because they wanted 14 grand and I was not putting 14 grand down. I didn't think of that. They'll probably do a launch edition. They'll do that again. It'll be like a $40,000 instead of $30,000 and come with everything. All right, I'm getting out of here. Click like, click subscribe. Indulge in your life at indulgeclothing.com for the merch. See you in the next one. Deuces.